Okay, I will continue here. I think everyone then should be able to heart can who? Oh, the love shape. Is it the love shape? Heart, right? The poker game, I see the love shape. Uh,
Thank you, sir. I know already.
uh, Simi say what? All right. We come back to this next part. This is the one. So I hope everyone take note. We have learned three rules. The first one is the complement rule. Then we have addition rule for two types, mutually and non-mutually. Whenever you do a tutorial later on, you must know whether the event can happen together or cannot happen together. So you must use either this formula or this formula, right? Yeah. Now, the third one that is very challenging is called conditional probability. Now, when we talk about conditional probability, you see the word condition means bersyarat. Asal Malaysia, we call it what? Syarat. What do you call it in Mandarin? Okay. Now, this means that when the event happens, that event will be called condition. And after one condition happens, another event will happen. And that's called conditional event. For example, everyone, car tire puncture. I give you an example. Tire puncture. Sorry, I use this example. Now, let's say a person car one morning, touch wood, the car tire puncture. This is a event that happened, right? Happened really. Nobody want car tire puncture, I know. But I use this example. So when this car tire puncture, what happened? The person will go to work late, or go to class late, right? So there is another event. Now this is called condition. Car tire puncture, this is your condition. Something must happen first. Everyone, take note. Something must happen first. One event must happen first. And that's called condition. And then the person will late to work. Late to work or to school or whatever. So this is the event that happened because of what? Car tire puncture. Understand? Okay. Another example. This afternoon raining Let's say this afternoon raining. Raining means what? It's a condition. Rain happened. And then the football game will be cancelled. When the rain, right? Usually after or during raining, the football game will be cancelled. Why? Because very dangerous to play football during heavy rain, right? So the condition is raining, and then the football match will be cancelled. Understand? Another example. Okay, I have to use this, everyone. A person who very what do you call that? Never do the revision, never do homework, never do assignment. What do you call that? The student is what? Whatever name you want to call, never do assignment, every time copy one, never study one. So that is the condition. What happened at the end? Fail the subject, right? Sorry, I use this example. Okay, so these are the few that you can see condition happen, and then another event will happen, right? Okay, so listen carefully. The conditional probability of the event B. So this is called event B. This is called event A. Can I call this B? This one A? Also can. A, B, or B, A also can. Doesn't matter one. Now listen carefully. Which one is condition? Which one is event? The symbol I write, you have to look at the word here. Given that, you all highlight this word. Use a highlighter, highlight this word. Given that. Some textbook, they use the word if. Can I ask you, if, what do you call in Bahasa Malaysia? Jika, sekiranya, kalau. Bahasa Mandarin call you should know, right? So that is called what? Condition. when condition happen, this is how you write out. Now let's say the B occurrence, if when you see the word given that if, after the word given that and if, that event is called conditional probability. Anyone don't get what I mean? I repeat, after you see the word given that if, when you do your tutorial or past year question, whatever, you see the word given that and if, immediately after this word, the event is called conditional. This one must happen first. Then you write the symbol of everyone as this. See the slash here? One line slash down, vertical line. The A is your conditional. You write at the right hand side. Don't confuse yourself. Don't go and write at the left. Write at the right. And then the B is the property of the event B, which you want to find the probability. It's given by next the formula K, so I repeat, A the condition, you write here, sorry I cannot write very small, condition. Always remember condition right at the right hand side. Right hand side, the left hand side is the event. So it's given by K, P, A and B. Remember this intersect, what is this means? A and B. And means both happen together. Remember the non-mutually. Divide by what? TA. TA is your conditional probability. Don't go and divide by PB. So I will tell you to remember two things. First, you must know which one is condition. You write at the right. And then when you write down the formula, you must divide by the conditional probability. PA. Boleh? Okay. And PA must more than 0 because you know probability cannot be negative. If PA less than 0, what happens? Your probability become negative, right? Less than 0 is negative. Yeah. Okay, I test you all out. If, let's say, I use a different symbol now, M slash N. I can use any symbol I like. Let's say I use P of M. Can you tell me which one is conditional? Which one is conditional? Is the condition. Is the key to so how do you write? Key. This one A. So and it's even to get right.
Sir, you are lagging. Sir? Hi, sir.
Okay, stop.
老师退了哦。Thank you sir。
下课了啦，都已经到了时间。
下个
拜
下个下个，
下来下
嗨
来下来下来。
拜拜。
这样子
哎呦
，Brian 来教哦，Brian 你来教 Brian
来，我来讲，你说信没有？
OK。
啊，快，
来
你来教，你
来来
来教。
哎，我们家忘记还 recording 哎。
给学费先要交上，要我交上，给学费先。
可以啊，你教完再给啊，你教不满意我就不要给你。
等一下，你教到一半他就进来哦。
跟他讲不用进来啊，已经有人代替了。
可以可以，你很有自信。所以 conditional probability 那个讲 B 跟 A 那个哪一个放左，哪一个放右要讲分？
问 Brian 最厉害了。好像是他刚才不是讲 after 那个什么 event that 后面那个 event 就是在后面了没？就放在右边了。他刚才这样讲啊
不，是 condition 放右边咩？然后 event 放左边呢？
是咩？
对对对，
不懂咩
发生，已经发生了在后面，右边。
所以是
嗯
after 那个 given date 了，就在右边是吧？
已经发生了在右边，左边就是发生这那个。
就是左边就是在 given date 的前面哦
Yes
应该是这样啊。
呃
OK，
给他给个 example 下，我完全不懂哎。
等一下你叫他给啊。
没有，就很像他刚刚讲的，因为大家说大家 object 了，所以就迟到。如果是这样的话，我那个迟到是放左边还是右边？
迟到放左边啊，因为你大家先崩正嘛，所以大家变成 T 啊，T 在右边啊，是吧？应该是啊。
哦，所以就是一开始发生的就放右边，所以接着下去发生的就放左边。
啊，对
OK，明白了。
，OK，谢谢 Brian 老师。
哦，Thank you Sir Brian。
瑟琳，是不
Mr. Lim 啊，Mr. Lim 教 business 的不是？
林真的呀，林。
没有啦，Brian Sim 啊。
Can see me already? I thought can see already, can right? Can already, right? So
Yes, sir.
for everybody, that's all the UC for Wi-Fi off already. So that's the pro and cons, everyone. Okay, I think you can see me back again. So let me continue. Is the recording still on? I hope so.
Yes.
Okay, I think weather doing quickly. Okay, hopefully no more interruption because I heard this morning a lot of decay and tutorial room also some cannot even work, cannot even connect. So we have to quickly finish this. Now, can you see my screen already? I haven't shared the screen yet, right? Hopefully no more interruption. Okay, is the recording on, right? Because every time when the should be on now. Okay. All right. Now, just now I mentioned about conditional probability. See my notes here, right? Now, just now I asked you if I am here, condition n. Remember the n is a condition, so we have to write Pm and n divided by Pn now. Always divided by the conditions. Okay. Any questions? So you know that given that if means the event will be your condition right at the right hand side. Okay, let's look at this example. the probability that the student will fail accounting, mathematics, or both are PA 0.2, fail mathematics 50%, fail both. See, a student can fail more than one subject, right? Sorry, this is only example. Okay, don't get offended. Yeah, I've seen some students even, sorry, I don't want to mention that, but yes, student can fail more than one subject if they don't study out. All right. Now, what's the probability that he will fail accounting? Given that, what's the word here? Which one is your condition? Fail method? Practical. So I want everyone, you don't write in words, you must write in symbol. Mathematics means M, right? Accounting means A. We're talking about fail subject. So how do you write? You must learn how to write first. Which one is the condition? M. And then you want to calculate the probability the student fail accounting. So this is how you write out A stroke M. And then what's the formula? P, A, and fail mathematics, both together, right? Divide by what? PM. So what's the answer? Fail accounting mathematics 0.03, right? Divided by PM. PM is what? 0.15. Okay, calculator. How much? 3/15. 1/3, right? Sorry, divided by 3, 1/5. Any questions? Okay, let's look at the D. He failed mathematics given that he failed accounting. Now, can you see the balik already? This time, which one is the condition? Fail accounting. So you see just now, fail mathematics. Now you fail accounting. So that's why I say A or B, can be B or A1. Depends which one is condition. So in this case, you have to find fail mathematics with the condition fail accounting. So here, you have to write, doesn't matter whether you write M and A or A and M is the same. So you can write here probability fail accounting and fail mathematics, still the same, 0.03. But this time you have to divide by what? Fail accounting, PA. So in this case, we have 0.03 divided by 0.2. Calculator. We get here 3/20. Okay, this is the beginning of conditional probability. I hope there's no issue, everyone. This is the answer. Okay, next. Look, if PA equal to 0, PB stroke A is not defined. You know why it is? Because B stroke A is PB and A divided by PA, right? And we know that you cannot divide by PA, so it's undefined here. Any questions? You write out the formula PB and A divided by PA, right? Remember A is a condition, so you divide by PA. And remember, mathematics, we cannot divide by 0, so not defined now. Okay, the next one. If A and B are independent, then you can write this PB stroke A. Remember, PB stroke A is a condition equal to PB. And in other words, PA stroke B also can write as PA because of the independent. So I'm going to tell you now what's called independent event, and then I will re-explain this again. Now, when we talk about independent event, there is another rule comes in. Remember just now we talked about addition rule. We have mutually and non-mutually. That is class. Addition rule is class minus. Now, this is called multiplication rule. When you talk about multiplication rule, the first thing you remember is what comes in your mind is multiplier. Right? Multiple means multiplier. Okay. What's the definition? Let A and B, same thing, two events, which is in the sample space. The rule of multiplications for two independent, now take note, this is called independent. When the question asks independent, whether in a tutorial, past year question, those of you try. When you see the word independent, what rule you think? Multiplication. You don't think addition, huh? Okay. More independent, you talk about multiplication rule. So the first rule say, if it's independent, the property of A and B, remember this symbol? This is called what? A and B, right? Happen together one, right? Remember the non-mutually? It's given by probability A multiply probability B. This is the formula. Now, what is called independent events? Let me explain to you. The two events are said to be independent if the occurrence of A does not affect, what's the meaning does not affect the occurrence of event B or vice versa? Which means, just now, remember I talked about car tire puncture. When car tire puncture condition happen, and what happened is linked to work. Because without car, if the tire puncture, you cannot drive car, right? This one will affect. The condition will affect. Everyone knows what's called effect. What do you call it, bahasa Malaysia? Mempengaruhi, is it? You all know bahasa Malaysia. You can know in Mandarin. So without car, because tire puncture cannot drive, then you have to take bus or take to work, right? Or the student never study, fail exam, because the event A will influence or affect event B, because of this, it's called conditional probability. I want you to see the difference. When you talk about condition, event A affect event B. Can you all highlight this? When there's a condition, event A, which is the condition, happen first, it will cause or affect the event B. Agree or not? But when we talk about independent, event A does not affect event B. Or event B does not affect event A. What does that mean? Independent means they must not influenced by each other. Not like condition. Condition cannot. Condition happen if you affect one the B. Or you see the difference. But independent means there is no connection. For example, let's say I give you this simple picture. Even A pass exam. I don't care what you pass out, okay. Even B, you throw a coin. Throw a coin getting H. Can I ask everyone here? You take a coin now, you throw now, if you get hit, that means tomorrow you pass the exam. Is this very funny? Some people, they go and do some throw a coin or die. Or if I get hit tomorrow, do you think got such thing or not? No lah. Okay, of course, the probability, unless you believe in table. If you got tail, then tomorrow at least, no. Whether you get hit or tail, if you don't study, who cares, right? If you don't study, you get 100 times hit, also tomorrow still fail now. Because you never study. So, passing exam and whether you get hit or tail are independent. Can you see the big difference there? So whenever you do the questions, you find that the two events are very funny one, not related. Or can you give me another example? It is a girl. A, it is a girl. B. Give me a B event. What do you want? There are a few girls of you. Can you give me, let's say event A is a girl. Event B, win the game. Doesn't matter what game now. So are you telling me if the gender is a girl, then you will win the game? That means the guy will lose out. It's not logic, right? Whether it's a girl or guy, as long as you practice, you can win the game, right? So it's not the A is not going to influence B, or the B is not going to influence the A. There are no related one. So whenever you do your tutorial, think of that. If it's independent, then PA and B is PA times PB. You can multiply the two events. You get back the event of both happen together. That means, if you look at the past year questions, everyone, you can see that some of the questions asked, they always test, is this mutually exclusive? Is this independent? They want to test you, or how you test, you must check this formula. If your left hand side answer and your right hand side answer after you multiply is not the same, then it is not independent. No? If it's same, then it's independent. Okay? Can everyone? Now, which means I don't care how many events I have, A1, A2, okay, up to AN. As long as I take event of A1 and A2 and A3 up to AN, which means I take probability of event A1, like this one. A and B means PA times PB. So in this case, I take probability of A1 times probability of A2 times probability of A3 times the last probability AN. Understand? If I have 10 events here, I must times 1 by 1 until 10. Okay? So independent events are not mutually exclusive. Not mutually exclusive means can happen together. Remember or not? Just now, can happen together. Okay, can happen together. So we can actually times them together to show it's independent. Right? Okay, now let's look at some example here. I hope everyone know what's independent now. Now, student take 2 tests. It's mentioned the independent test. 30 students pass test A. So I write here, again, we use simple. Let A, the student pass test A. So the probability A is 0.3. Okay. Now here, you see, we can also write PA bar. Remember what's A bar? Complement. How to get 0.7? 1 minus 0.3. Remember the complement rule? Okay. Now, let's say the B is the pass test B. The probability of pass test B is 0.60%. So that means I write PB bar is 0.4. Okay? Okay. Find the probability that the student selected will pass both tests. Pass both tests means what? Pass A and B. Because it's mentioned independent already, mentioned independent, we know PA and B is what? PA times PB. You can straight away use this formula. So to find the A, both tests pass, you write PA and B, right? So we can take PA times PB because it's already mentioned independent. So 0.3 multiplied 0.6 is 0.9. Okay, only test A. How do you find your test A? Pass test A. That means the word only means pass A and the B you have to fail. Because only subject A pass now. That means subject B have to fail. Everybody okay? So you have to write A. This is how you write. And B bar. Because of subject B you have to fail. So again, all these are independent. So we take PA, multiply PB bar. Again, PA is 0.3 times PB bar is 0.4 here. So we get 0.12. Okay, everyone? It's already mentioned independent. Next, only one test. Now, when they say only one test, it never mention either test A or test B. How do you write your formula? It can pass A and fail B, right? Or it can fail A and pass B, which means one fail, one pass. So this is how you write. A pass and B fail. So this is PA times PB bar. Remember the independent rule? Or, this is or. So whenever you see or, you plus out. The second possible combination is fail the A and in the same time pass the B. You still fulfill the condition, right? Plus one, plus one. So here I will use PA bar, multiply PB, 0.7 times 0.6. So can someone tell me what's the answer? 0.54. Anyone don't understand? So whenever the question asks, you must know how to write the symbol. You see what's the condition in the question. Only one test, or only test A, or test B, the most, at least. Make sure you all know how to change the symbol. If you write wrongly in the symbol, most likely you will answer in the wrong way. Okay, everyone? Now, just before we stop, now remember just like I mentioned independent. Okay, you already know what's independent. Even A does not affect the even B. So if it's dependent, when you see the word dependent, what comes in? Condition. So I write down here, everyone. When you see the word dependent, which means outcome B depends on outcome A, or outcome A depends on outcome B. So whenever you see this, there is a condition. Like just like I mentioned, if the car tire puncture, it will affect what? Late to school or totally absent to school. But back to here. Independent here, can you write here? No condition. Just like I mentioned, event A does not affect event B, or B does not affect A. So this one, no condition. Understand? So when I write here no condition, then you know this is PA times PB. You see there's no condition formula. But when you talk about dependent, when there's a condition, see this one coming already. Remember the stroke. Stroke means what? The right hand side is your condition. Remember? This is how you write. PA and B. If it's an independent, PA and B is PA times PB. If it's a dependent, PA times PB stroke A. See the difference here? You don't times PB, you times PB with the condition A. Now, I can show to you PA times PB stroke A, you get back this one. A and B. You want to see how? You know how to get PA times this one back to this one? Okay, I show you here. PA, you multiply. Now, remember the condition formula? PB stroke A is a condition, right? How do you write the formula? You write PA and B, right? Then you divide by what? Remember the condition is A, right? You need to divide by what? PA, right? So you divide by PA, and then this PA and this PA cancel off. Then what do you get back? PA and B. Understand? Okay, now can you rewrite, everyone, what this is one, and then one more thing. I also can write PA and B. Sorry, I think you have to bear with me, not easy to write. I hope I remember later afternoon. in my digital pen. Now, if I want to write P and B is PA, I need to times PB, the condition is A. See, the condition is A, so that the PA and the PA can cancel out. Now, if I want to write also PA and B, and this time I don't want to use PA, I write PB. See, this is PA, so the condition is A. If I write PB, can you tell me times what? P, what's the condition? Follow up PA, then you use condition A. If PB, then your condition is B. Okay. So you take, later you can check now, PA and B divided by PB, right? Because the condition is B now. So you divide by PB. PB and PB cancel out. Okay, then you get back PA and B. So you have two formula here for independent, as for dependent, and make sure dependent, you remember there's a condition. All right. Now, let's look at one example here before we stop. A, passing exam. B, graduate from college. Now, everyone, you must pass all your subjects, then only you can graduate. So A and B are dependent. Agree or not? If you don't pass all the exam paper, you cannot graduate. So A and B are dependent. Because anyone don't pass all, sorry, you have to repeat your year of study. So very obvious this is dependent. So when you do your question later on, you must check, is this independent or dependent? Some questions don't tell you one now. You have to think of. Okay, now dependent events may or may not be mutually exclusive. So you have to be very careful here. Now another example here. Bag contains 5 red balls and 8 yellow balls. So 5 red balls, let's call this R, and 8 yellow, let's call this Y yellow. If 2 balls are drawn consecutively, so you take 2 balls out. And without replacement. What's the meaning without replacement? Can you tell me what's without replacement? Awesome Malaysia means what? Awak ambil 2 biji bola, take 2 balls. First ball and then second ball. First ball you take, you buang away, throw away means what? You don't replace. That's what it means. If you replace, means letak balik. You replace one. So think, everyone. I have how many balls here? 8 plus 5, total is what? 13. 13, right? Total. If I take 1 ball, I don't replace it. So what's the balance now? 12. When you see the word without replacement, the total becomes 12. So is it dependent? Yes, because the event B influenced by event A. After you take 1 ball, you throw away, become 12. So the event B less 1 biji, right? So this is called dependent already. So whenever you do a question without replacing, means the number less already. So that is called dependent already. If you put it back, if you ambil 2 biji bola, first one you take and then you put it back. The second time still 13, right? Still no less. So that is called independent. But if less, you call dependent already. Can you see the difference now? I hope everybody take note. So can you answer this for me during your break time? So this is the answer. I hope you all can get it. And then you can try also this example. Okay, this is the answer. Any question, you let me know. This is the solution you can give it up. Okay, so you can actually use this G1, G2. It's for the goods, part 1 and part 2. So you can use this symbol or you can use your own symbol. So you can use this solution, get this answer. Any of you have problem, let me know, right? And then I will see you all for next class. So that's all for today. Yeah. everybody do your revisions after this lecture. So stay safe. I will stop the recording now. And I post the PC after this. All right, everyone.
Sir,
Have a good day and stay safe. Yes.
so without replacement.
Without replacement means the
It's
number will be
dependent.
left off. So the second event will be influenced by the first event.
No, I mean,
Because lost one item, so the total less already.
so without replacement is dependent, and with
Dependent.
replacement is independent.
If you replace that means independent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Have a good time. Try to go through the notes again. All right, and I see you. The tutorial will also meet you again now.